James Kirk informs Lan that he has a girlfriend called Carol who is expecting a child in the musical episode of Star Trek, Strange New Worlds. In Strange New Worlds Season 2, Episode 3, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, Lan musters the courage to tell Kirk about her encounter with his counterpart from an alternate universe. But James reveals that he is currently seeing Carol when Lan confesses her complicated feelings for the Kirk from the Prime universe. Kirk gently informs Lan that they cannot be in a relationship despite the fact that he realizes that he also feels a connection with her. The character of Dr. Carol Marcus appeared in both Star Trek Into Darkness and Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Therefore, fans of the Star Trek franchise may know the name Carol from any of those films. Dr. Marcus was introduced as a distinguished Federation scientist and an ex-girlfriend of Admiral James Kirk in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. David, the son Carol had with Kirk, was eventually removed out of their lives by Carol. Carol dedicated her life to concentrating on her scientific study and raising their kid, while James traveled the cosmos. Dr. Carol Marcus was a talented Federation scientist who had more goals than just traveling the galaxy with Jim Kirk. She ultimately came up with Project Genesis, a large-scale endeavor that would have hastily helped terraform inhospitable worlds in order to solve galaxy-wide issues of overcrowding and starvation. David collaborated with his mother to create the Genesis device, following in his mother's footsteps. David was in his early 20s when Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan was released, therefore Kirk and Carol had been dating for around 20 years at that point. Strange New Worlds established that Carol is expecting David when Kirk is working as the first officer aboard the Farragut, even if the precise year of David's birth remained uncertain. While she and Captain Kirk flirted throughout the movie, they never had a romantic relationship in J.J. Abrams' Star Trek Into Darkness, which starred Alice Eve as Carol Marcus from the alternative Kelvin timeline. This Carol worked for Starfleet's scientific branch and assumed a fake identity to infiltrate into the Enterprise in order to learn more about certain enigmatic weaponry the ship was home to. Before Khan Noonien Singh assassinated the dishonest Admiral Marcus, Carol's major struggle was with her estranged father, Admiral Alexander Marcus. Carol did not take part in the events of Star Trek Beyond. Despite joining the crew of the Enterprise at the conclusion of Star Trek Into Darkness, Lan starts to feel something for a Captain Kirk from another reality in Strange New Worlds Season 2, Episode 3. Lan still harbors conflicted emotions for the Jim Kirk from the Prime universe even after that Kirk is slain by a covert Romulan agent. In the song Subspace Rhapsody, James refers to his relationship with Carol as complicated and a sometimes relationship, leaving up the potential that it may terminate and a new one could begin. James has a reputation for being a ladies' man by the time of Star Trek, the original series, and Kirk and Carol are no longer romantically linked. It's doubtful that Lan and James Kirk would become romantically involved, but it's still conceivable. For starters, Lan did not fall in love with James Kirk in the Prime universe. Additionally, the canon of Star Trek would be complicated by a connection between the two in terms of Kirk's sentiments with Khan Noonien Singh. However, everything is conceivable. Crazier things have occurred on Star Trek, Strange New Worlds, so although Lan Noonien Singh and James Kirk may seem like an odd couple, crazier things have happened. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe to give us support for more.